I would invite anybody from the audience if they have any questions or would like to say anything, any comments. There's a lady here, can we get her a mic? Can someone pass her the mic, please?
It's theory, but where do you think it begins? Like, it's the chicken and egg question. Do you think it begins with the consumer, that they have to first change the attitude? Or do you think this begins with the developer, that they have to build with that intention of communicating that attitude difference?
Okay. Would you like to answer that, please?
So, well, that was my response to Dheeraj's question as well, that, his attitude problem is at the individual level. But the smartness, the definition of smartness really needs to change for the, for the master planners. You dig a road and you make a proper road, and suddenly the grid guys think, oh, you know what, we forgot to put the electrical cabling line. Let's rip it off again and let's lay the lines and then let's get the road making done again. So that's not smartness. So, to answer your question, it has to start with the master planning. It has to start with proper planning and not just thinking that, making the city Wi-Fi makes it smart.
Of course. That goes without saying. Yes, please do.
To answer your question, really, we look at three aspects. When you talk smart cities, it's about smart governance, it's about smart technology, and it's smart users. So, all three have to be together. You can't have one without the other. Smart governance absolutely means that your local, and it's actually at the local municipal body level, not at a central government level. They have to be, accepting enough to be able to imbibe new technology. How many of them are really computer savvy? This is basic question, but the whole idea being that they have to be, first accepting of technology, how they need to utilize technology themselves in whatever they're doing, creating sewage, creating roads. That's one part of it. Technology, secondly, is, talking about, creating neural networks and your fiber optics, and that's also there. And finally, you'll have a situation where the users are the ones who actually make the whole network successful. If you are not a user who's, kind of contributing to the network with respect to, and that's how it works globally, You have people who feed information with respect to traffic and with respect to leakages, and they are all just people, and it may not be leakage in their own home. It could be somewhere down the road, and they all feed into the, through social media, and not the way we use it, but how they use it is make it more socially relevant, and that's when you have the concept of smart city really, come to, fruition really.
So with this, we come to the end of today's this discussion, and I know you guys have been waiting. It's already about 8:25, and a lot of people have been waiting. It's getting late. They still have awards, and so let me thank all the panelists. You've been extremely kind, and a lot of knowledge sharing there, and a lot of discussions, and a lot of views, which is important, and that's what's important in a discussion. I feel that you can say your mind out and say and be ready for okay, you're right, I'm wrong. Anyway, so you've been also a great audience. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone, for such a great round of discussion out there. May we request Mr. Suraj Sharma to kindly join us on stage and help us in presenting the certificate of appreciation to all our esteemed panelists here on stage. We'd like to begin by felicitating our moderator for the session, Mr. Dheeraj Dogra. Thank you so much. Also, we'd like to thank Mr. Salil Kumar. Mr. John Thomas. Mr. Rohan Sharma. Ms. Parul Ahuja, and of course Mr. Amit Srivastav. great round of discussion. Thank you, everyone. May we request you to kindly stay back with us. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for us to invite on stage our guest of honor for the evening. To felicitate him, may we have the pleasure of inviting here on stage Mr. Rajneesh Gupta, CEO of Estate Avenues. Ladies and gentlemen, we are totally honored to have amongst us tonight. Please put your hands together for Mr. Balvinder Kumar, Vice Chairman, DDA. Everyone. We are so honored, sir, you made time out. You're here with us tonight. Thank you so much for joining us. May we request you to kindly enlighten all of us, sir, with your wise words, please.